Oh my god, is it working? Hi, welcome. Welcome to my YouTube stream. Again, I have not been live for a while. So, hi Mary, if you're still here. That was an unexpected surprise to see you in chat right there. So... I was not talking in the mic. I am embarrassed. Fuck. Okay, well... Hi. Oh, man. I need to stream more. It's very obvious. However, we're going to be spending time today working on a VShojo Mythos timeline. And we're going to just start with whatever I have in my notes. And trying to put it into a site called Kumu. And shout out to Raylis for actually telling me that website because it looked really nice. It's the website he used for his timeline. But I want to make one of my own, especially as it's been requested. And yeah. I'm excited for this because it's been something that I've been wanting to do. Because in the end, I want to make a video. Like a full video where I just... I don't know. But it's similar to what Medbat did for the FNAF lore timeline. But about 100 times more scuffed. But making a... like... basic timeline is a good start. However, if we're talking about basic, what I do have is far from that. Let me see if I can actually... I need to ping my Discord. I am so bad at actually letting my Discord know that I'm live. And I should set up. I don't know. I should set up a Balder, I guess. I've been in a weird funk today because there's been a lot happening in the VTuber community, and I was debating whether I would postpone this stream to tomorrow and just do like a really chill Twitch on stream on Twitch, but I pulled myself together and I went live anyway. I am late though, by like half an hour almost. Literally so close before I start stream. We had dinner, so I had to help clean that up. Then I had to walk the dog, and then I dropped something out of the freezer, so it was frozen solid. But that did mean that the container it was in just splat everywhere, and I had to clean that up. And I was just... Good to know, Stream Elements bot, that you're running. Thank you. That's absolutely appreciated. Let me... Can I... do I have the thumbnail saved somewhere here? I better have. Yes, let's go! This is a link and a half. Well, I am... I'll just deal with it. Okay. So. Good thing. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna show you what I have. I hope this works. So this is what I have. This is a Notion page, and this is this is not the actual timeline. This is just the... how do you call it? What is this thing called? I don't even know. Legend. If I click on like whatever this, it goes down. So I need to go back up. So I basically, from videos that I have made like extensive notes on, I just put in order. So you can say that this is like a timeline thing, but I want to make it a visual thing because there are things that I need to figure out timeline wise, like when in time they happen. And it's a lot easier to do it first visually and then add them to this. But basically, this is mostly from Yenner's video. And I link back to the actual videos, which I have not updated whatsoever that list. And then in pink, I put important stuff, or at least like related to the person. Do I have? Oh yeah, and I have yellow for other important things that need to stand out more. More yellow. And I'm using green and red for like, hey, if someone is like confirmed dead or alive. All the important stuff. So these are videos. Oh, I think we can start here because I have not included all videos here. So these are, this is like the order of the videos I've started with. Like that's these few. Look, I've done a lot of research already. Hi, Blue Wolf, welcome in. Just never continued as I didn't have the time. And that's what I'll be working on here on this on stream anyway. It is worth my time again. So what I have right here, I need to make sure that my camera is not covering it. All characters. I've got separate pages for a lot of VTubers to just keep track of the lore. So this just links back to those pages. So I have all the main characters, major side characters of like other VTubers slash characters that are important. Those also got their own page. And cameos, minor roles, which for Mary, because he's just a small character, but I want to include him because he had a page on his own anyway. And then some fictional characters that haven't got a name yet. So this is what I have, but this is mostly based on everything from Nenis' first video. Story of Febe, Project Zen, and then Ode to the Cyberpocalypse. And I think, did I do anything from this? Oh yeah, I did. You can tell I've done a lot of research. This is so stupid much. Oh, and these are the backlinks, so I can see where I linked it. Okay. Well, I think first we need to start with, oh god damn it. Oh, this is Yusan, by the way. The hi to Yusan. I think a good place to start would be to make sure this list is complete. So I'm gonna open. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong thing I wanted to click on. Okay. VShojo highlights. VShojo highlights. Because I know they have a full playlist. Okay, so I went all the way back down here. Okay, Niana's original origin story. So I went with the original video titles, which now is no longer needed because I can just take the titles of the official videos. Okay. Hopefully none of them autoplay because that would be sucky. Okay. I have to rename them here then. Family Bonds, Lord of the Demon King, Story of Febe. What's this one? Febe Sky Empress. It's gonna be very weird to work on this. Considering that a lot of the major characters are no longer in VShojo. So yeah. Melody, refactoring of time. Oh, and I tried to give them all emojis of something related that like sums it up. So if I do reference them at this other point in this list, it just stands out a bit more and it's easier to like think back of it. was okay. Mel race screen. Oh, this feels good to finally clean this up. I've been wanting to do this for forever. I think Jason is not in here yet. Is she? Hime Hajime origin story. I'm here, VShojo. Oh, this is Jason. So I can just do this. Yes. 3 official lore videos. Wait, that's this one, right? What's this then? Oh, that's her old video. Okay, that's good to know. Okay. Oh, so I put other videos that had some lore in them here too. Okay. So I need to add this one too. I have not added it yet. You can tell that I'm that behind. Okay, so that one can click away. Okay, so fruit. It's been so long ago that this was released already. Kind of insane if you think about it. Okay, so the links are not relevant because it's the same video. It's just for reference. Yeah, it's reckoning. I think at Nyanis too. Restore my own peace of mind. Why did I click on? What happened here? What happened? Okay, well that's irrelevant. Okay. Didn't I cover that one? Oh, I just didn't make notes of it. That makes sense. Okay, so let's make sure I have them all. So not sorted. Haruka Karibu. Yeah, there we go. Oh, to the cyber apocalypse. Oh, I need to change that one as well. Project Melody Origins official. Oh, here we go. I'm so glad that VShojo Highlights uploaded everything with proper naming conventions. So it's actually every one of VShojo titled their things differently. So this one is supposed to be Project Melody 2. And then we have Project Melody 1. Okay, so Fanbase I'm not gonna get the second one. So this is Nana's one. Okay. This one is Arima's Heavenfall. I've not really touched that one, have I? I've reacted to it, I just never made notes. Which I usually did whenever I reacted to it. Oh man, I'm so behind. Arima's Origin Store, Origin of Booby. Oh, this one. Origins of Booby. Oh my god, what did I click on? Okay, I can make this one smaller. It doesn't need to be that big. This is a lot easier to use. Okay, so let's just do VShojo Mythos. Okay, so I have the unofficial stuff here as well, because I think it's important. Because I want to make a VShojo Mythos timeline, but I also want to include stuff that's not canon if they do fit into the narrative, as they could be part of it at some other time, which helps me with like analysis and trying to predict stuff. So if you're seeing the unofficial, like their personal lore, not VShojo Mythos in here, that's why. Alright, so I already have that one. I don't know. How's the music, by the way? Is it too loud? I feel like it's too loud. Okay, let's start at the top. So if Nyan is the Eternal Void, Heaven and Hell. Heaven and Hell. Which arguably takes place... I feel like Silverfill's lore, like her personal lore, took place like so long ago. That happened before Arma's Heaven and Hell. And when I'm ranking this, I'm starting like where the video starts, essentially, or the main character of it starts. It's like, even though majority of the stuff that's happening in this lore video is happening in like a weird time frame, probably after Silverfill's personal lore, her very start is before that, I feel. So favorite Sky Empress. I feel like, yeah. No, Febe Sky Empress. I think Project Melody's origin story happens before that. Because this is around the Phil's concert. And that means VShojo was already established. That means that Melody was already born or like created. So then we have the Racing Queen lore. Happens, yeah, indeed, after Centrea. Because it's a direct sequel. Case on New Beginnings. Oh, this is where it gets dicey. Case on New Beginnings. So where do I place that? Because as there's no reference to whether they joined VShojo directly. I mean, I guess they joined VShojo and everyone was already in it. Was Sen in there? Like at the start here. Yeah, because Sen is here. It means that the start of this video, which is the only part I can actually date, and the rest is just her telling her origin story, happens after Centrea came here, but before Racing Queen, because that's when Melody got corrupted and she's not corrupted here. Yeah, that somehow makes sense. Okay, and then Heaven Fall. So what the main part of mute? Okay. Heaven Fall is okay. So in the beginning, whatever the fuck. Yes, this is long ago, but after the creation of Nanners. So I feel like, okay, so I'm still banking on the fact that Silverfield's lore is also like long ago. Unless it isn't. I guess there's also like a thing you could say about this being irrelevant. Seeing that a lot of it got rewritten for her VShojo Mythos video. Okay, anyway. And then we have Seed of Life, which I think happens after Nyena's second video. Like the Reckoning. Yeah, because she went crazy at the end. As you can tell here. She went crazy at the very end. And this is the form she had in Haruka's video. Oh, and this one makes it hard because even though, yeah, you get her origin story, this is where I deviate, where I would say, okay, we get the origin story, see how she was created. But the majority of the video takes place in the same time span. So this is after Genesis 2. Okay. And we have Fruits video, not to forget. The overworld. Okay, so where in time would I place this? So this is after they went to Earth. And after the Middle Ages, because that's when she got burned on the stake for being a witch, but because they mistook her. Like it says here, I said I'm a lich, not a witch. And then she also goes to Earth. And at the end, she meets Project Melody. Okay. So this is here. Because Melody already exists. This before the founding of VShojo's, it's before there. Okay, so this is a good start, and then we need to... Okay, so Silverfield's video is not on YouTube. I'm actually very glad that I reacted to it. Because that means that we have a... we have that. It also exists in the VOD, I guess, and she archived that on YouTube. So it is on YouTube in a way, but not quite. So was it like VShojo Mythos Goddess of the Veil? Oh, I need to edit here then. VShojo Mythos Silver Veil Goddess of the Veil, I think. And then I can add it to the list. Goddess of the Veil. Does it pop up? Doesn't. Weird. Silver Veil. There you. Because there's no page yet. Test. Because there's just an entry, not a page. That'd be it. Silver Veil. Why is it not doing anything? Weird. Silver Veil. There we go. Alright, so when does that take place? Silverville. VOTS? Question mark? Okay, I'm definitely gonna need to paste the link. This is so smart. Just having this area and pull her like whatever. It's so smart. Okay, why is it not clicking? God damn it. This is not how I would make my false thumbnails, but for ease of use, this is really easy. Like it's literally just copy paste. You only need like a small logo and like any related image. Okay, that's good. Okay, copy at current time. Okay, great. Cherry blossom. That's while we're at it. Add some emojis. So what should we add to Haruka? It's a regular plant. Leaf. This feels good, I guess. I'm alive, Brett now. Hi, Rai. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so what would be a good one for fruit? What is fruit Soshi mark? That could actually help. Lich. YouTuber. Just a skull. Okay. Strawberry? It would be an apricot if anything, but no, it's a skull. I feel like that's fitting enough. Okay. Project Melody, Ode to the Cyber Apocalypse. Which one would we add there? Just to make things easily readable. It's the technology. I need the technology. What's happening? Oh, I am currently working on the VShojo Mythos timeline, but I'm doing some groundwork to make sure that everything else is like easily transferable. So I'm making sure that all of the videos that I have notes on and everything are in the right order. So I can start there. But right now I'm just trying to find emojis to give to the pages. To make it look nicer. So what is like an emoji that would work with Ode to the Cyber Apocalypse? A battery? That's weird. It's not a really glitch effect thing, right? No, that's not. It's not that. It doesn't exist. So what is futuristic? The problem with this thing is that you don't really see it. Maybe just go with the battery for now. To discount this technology. Robot. Oh, but I already used a robot for this. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Let's do the robot again. I already used Sakura multiple times as well. Because this is good. Okay, and Lord of the Demon King. Might as well add one to there as well. Do it like this. Okay. Like, look, now it looks nicer. Oh, what's Kaison's Ocean mark? I'm learning things here, okay? Quezon. Pizza. Good stuff. Okay. Good to know. Heaven and Hell, and we have Heavenfall. This is also make other things easily readable. Like if I link the pages like here, it just has an emoji next to it, so it makes it easier to read. There's so much stuff. Yeah, there is so much stuff. And this is just a start. I'm gonna show the rest in a second if I can get this done. Okay, so Heavenfall. I would say an angel for that. Angel. What are we going with? Just a regular angel. It's like the Treasures timeline all over again. Oh no, this is a lot more extra. Okay, so what do we have to do for Heaven and Hell? Fuck. Maybe this one should be an angel? And the other one should be a demon because it's called Heavenfall. Demon? Let's do the Oni. And then the pizza for Quezon. Okay, so this is good. This is the major stuff that I need. Doesn't really matter what order this is because it's just the list I can refer back to. Just to make it easier understandable. Hey Nat! Fire and Halo? I can only pick one. I cannot do both. But I agree, maybe... I don't know. I can always change it, but it's just sort of... It looks nice. Okay, so this is a start. So the videos in order, as much as you can put them in order, is Nianis 1, Eternal Void. I think I'm just gonna take these ones out. I'll just... So it's just VShojo Mythos. This one too, because it got rewritten into Ode to the Cyber Apocalypse. Okay. Nianis 1, Eternal Void. Arima's Heavenfall. Arima's Heaven and Hell. Really funny. This one comes before. Because this is more about the fall of heaven and this is like later. Oh well. Fruit the Overworld, Fate the Sky Empress, and then we have Centrea Refactoring of Time with a timeline split, Case of New Beginnings, Racing Queen, Reckoning, The Seed of Life, Goddess of the Field. Oh, I wonder something. Because when Centrea went back in time, she fused with the version of her in this timeline, which was at that point the dragon version of her. Did that fusing happen like retroactively? So like everything of Centrea in that timeline would be changed to her robot version? Or would she be only a robot after the other version of her came to this timeline? Because if that's the case, then this could easily be before that. But knowing that they take like IRL dates in consideration, it still makes sense to put it this way. I would kill for pizza right now. I've only eaten bread today. You'll get a pizza. Okay, so then Refactoring of Time with a timeline split. Quezon joining. Nasuna was found. Project Melody, Racing Queen. Nianis 2, The Reckoning, where she went crazy. Haruka, Seed of Life, where she broke free and got a physical form. And then still Phil Gods at the Phil. I don't understand. Are you excited to watch Arima's new anime? Something is coming? I'm excited. Oh, I was supposed to go and make a video on those teasers. I'll do it later this week. Not relevant. Okay, so what is... So when in time would I place this? So it starts long ago. After Nianis arrives, it seems. Or she lived there and then she encountered Nyanas. Like, oh, this is hard to place then. I'll place this one after Nyanas. Simply because I think Nyanas was made before Silvervale was. Yeah, this seems to make sense halfway somewhat. Okay. I don't have the money for it, Sag. That's, yeah, okay. I cannot argue with that. So, okay, wait. Where did I leave the Kumu board? Okay, here. So this is what we're going to be working in. It looks like nothing right now because it's literally nothing. So we have to start somewhere. Okay, so easiest way. Okay, I will just move this to the side so you can actually see it. So my camera's not in front of it. So Nyanis' creation is a good start. The creation of Nyala to tap Nyanis. Alright, wow, you cannot read this for shit. Oh my god. Customize defaults. Element color. I don't care what the element color is. I just can. I care for the color of the. Yes. This is actually a sad color. Can we change it to yellow? Okay. Okay. Oh, why am I getting pinged in Discord? Is this one of those stupid bots again? I'm gonna riot. Oh my god. I got spam DM. Okay. So this is the first one. So that's a good start. I'm gonna close this now. Yes. Okay. That's one. So obviously there will be stuff that need to come before that, like the creation of whatever. The creation of Nyanis, and then we have Nyanis creates Goro. I think this is the route we need to take. We can connect that, but I'll do that later when we have more stuff going on. It's like these are details that don't really matter for this. This is just major events. Okay, interesting. So because I did include the unofficial stuff from Silvervale, I need to rewrite a bunch of this. Yeah, Arimas becomes Queen of Hell. I'll literally just go for what I have here. And then we can add more. Nyanis finds Seed of Life. Finds a seed world. Okay, so Nyanis arrives at Earth. Nyanis arrives on Earth. It goes down there. It's probably an easier way to do this. I wonder, what are the different options? Add custom control? I don't know what that is. I know there's an option to change what type of this is. Systems leverage. Partial loop. What happens if I... Okay, I'm gonna do a test element. Test. Okay, and then add a random image to it. See how that looks like. I don't know. Let's add miles to it. You just need to see what it looks like. Unable to upload image? Why are you unable to upload the image? Is it too big? Is it too big? I don't understand. Okay, let's then upload Onigiri's logo. So it's just small. It's literally just small. So if I make this text bigger, it will increase the size of that. Oh, I don't like that. Stop and flow. Didn't change anything. Stakeholder. Also, like this, we have the text and the image. The text is underneath the image. Okay, I think I like that. Okay, so that's stakeholder. Social organizes. Geo. Okay, I don't need that. Radar. Okay, so it's stakeholder. And then we change the font color to white. Yeah, if I do it like this, it's indeed a good idea to do the timeline like top to bottom instead of left to right, so there's more space for everything. Okay, now I need to delete this. Can I delete it? Possible? Delete. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is better. Okay, so Aramas becomes Queen of Hell. Feel like we can play with the sizes of stuff, but it feels a bit rough right now. Okay, so let's go back to the timeline we have. These are just extra nodes. Can I add text? Let's sketch. I don't know what that does. Oh my god, This just... Import sketch, exit sketch mode. Oh! You can just easily create... Ah, okay, so if you look at it like this... Yeah, then it becomes more annoying. If I put it like this. Okay, exit sketch mode. Maybe then it's a good idea to make it from left to right. This makes the entire thing less compact though, and I don't like that. I do kind of prefer to make it top to bottom. This looks ridiculous. I don't like that. Can I just delete it? I'm sorry I'm like fidgeting around with this stuff. I'll figure it out as we go. Delete. Probably a way to make it see-through or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So creation of Nautilus attack. Creation of Goro. That must become Queens of Hell, there's Horizon Earth. I wonder if there's like a way, add a loop, add a connection, sketch, import. There's like a way to add like other nodes. I'll figure that out. Our mouse visits Nyanners on Earth. That's around there. She offers friends to Nyan. Nyan declines, so she doesn't need friends to fulfill purpose. Our mouse leaves her to it, but warns her that it was nigh unbreakable. Haruka and Febe want to remove Nyan from the Earth, so they fight and defeat her. Okay. Haruka, I cannot type, and Febe defeat Nyanners and seal her away. Right, that's around there. I feel like leaving physical distance to things that happen close to one another. Okay. Add element. Meteor strikes up where Nyanners is sealed. Okay. I know this is the boring part of all of his art, by the way. Goro Freezer. It's like I need to start somewhere. Just put it slightly to the like I don't know. Whatever. Nyanners and Goro and are living in Siberia. That's about right? Okay. I kind of need to find a website like this where I can add like other notes. So I can add like dates and everything. I just open another instance of Notion. That would make things a lot easier. I can make a simplified version of this. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. I'll continue with this. You can tell I don't know where to start because there's so much information. So I just go with what I have here. So these are dates from IRL that I use. Add element. 2020, 11/24. VShojo is formed. 2021. I do feel like having another instance of Notion open would make things easier. This is the copy paste that I have here. It's so warm in my room. It's legit so warm in my room, and why did I open Premiere? That makes no sense. Maybe there's like a way to simplify what I have here. I feel like that feels like a better strat than what I've been doing. And the thing with Notion is that it's hard to make things like bigger. Okay, I think indeed the plan is I need to add this to like something that I can collapse. Old silver fill lore. I know a part of it is still canon, so I'm not willing to yet change it up. I just need to hide it right now. This is good. Nianos arrives on Earth. I feel like I need to change the color of that as well. Purple? Is it Nianos? I'll keep it gray for now. Nerlato tab is created. Yeah, you can just rephrase this. Okay, that's just okay. Oh, I'm breaking my brain because I need to clean up what I have already before I can work on more. That's like the pain of everything. Now that the tab is created. I can just this is crazy. I could just add it like this. Okay. Hog. why I put this line in there. Maybe because it was literally in one of the videos. I don't know. I feel like this is a big event as well. Nanas was freed from the ice. Was freed from her encasement? Is that in the Siberian ice? Okay. Now things that make sense. Now things that make sense. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is why I'm not gonna make everything yellow, because it's like important events like that are more needed. Okay. There was a lot happening during the Phil's concert, which is one of the few things that's actually like properly dated and shown in videos to like show whether it's happening at the same time. So like in, I think, what is it? Booby's origin story, so that's Heaven and Hell. Booby arrives on Earth and you see the Phil's concert at that moment taking place. Or at least it's shown on a billboard, so maybe it already took place. Because you also see in Veibe's video that she's go to in cafeteria. Where the concert was playing on one of the TVs. Yeah, so this needs clean up as well. Okay, so let's go for what I have, because I'm just working on it without really telling you what I have, which honestly I can take some time this week to go over this a bit more, so the more interesting stuff can happen on the next stream about this. So basically what I have is mostly about Nyanner's origin, a little bit about Iron Mouse, and Centrea / Melody, which already is like the bare bones of everything happening. So basically we have the creation of the universe and then the eternal void, and it's somewhere along those lines we have what's his name again? Oh, the big guy. Ezzydesu. He was created and then he created other creatures, or they were created at the same time, but one was just higher ranking than the other. I think Ezzydesu was created first. Ezzydesu was created. I think that's also a thing. Like that happened before Nyannis was created. And then Nyannis loses her memory, creates Goro, but she was already instructed to go and find the beacon on a seed world. on a Seed of Life world. And the beacon should be lit. So Azathoth and whoever knows what the world is and can go there to like drain the world of life. Because that's what he feasts on. So like... I have this also in my head that trying to like make a story out of it is already making my head hurt, which is the entire point of me doing this. So like the whole thing of Azathoth is that he goes to planets where there's a seed of life and just consumes all the sanity of that life as a way to keep living, and then he goes back to sleep for a few million years again, and then he will need a new seed of life. That's why Nienna's she came to Earth after looking for forever, and then it was time for Azathoth to wake up. She woke him up with the beacon. He came there and they tried to steal the sanity of the entire world, but Nienna's circumvented that. Okay. So this is long ago, so we don't know when this is. This is just assume that this is long ago, as we're talking about this guy Azathoth like going to sleep for millions of years, and it is implied that he has consumed a lot of worlds, and as he goes back to sleep for thousands if not millions of years every time. This has been going on for so long, and then we know this is thousands of years ago because when Nienna's arrives on Earth, they're already humans, and I think humans have been around for like 30,000 years. But there was already a civilization, so I'd say this is like somewhere between 6,000 and 10,000 years ago. She arrives on Earth because she found it as a seed world and wants to consume the civilization to grow stronger and then light the beacon. Then I pointed out that the buildings shown in Nienna's first video are similar to those in V-Base, but those are like ruins, and there were also wall paintings in V-Base video of Nienna's original form, and then Iron Mouse and Booby, the gates of heaven with angels, and V-Base serpent form. So like in that way they were connected as well, which is sad that we never got to know why and how and whatever. Okay. So at this point in time, 2,000 years ago, so it's around the year Jesus was born, the year of the Lord, whatever. So at that point, Nienna and Goro have been on Earth for thousands of years. Iron Mouse visits Earth and meets Nienna's for the first time. And I don't know exactly why I put this on here. I think it was implied. Oh, I think it was implied because she went to sleep for 2,000 years ago, for 2,000 years. And then woke up in the current time. So if you do the maths, if she was asleep for 2,000 years, she just woke up, then it was around the year 0 that she went to sleep in the first place. So Iron Mouse visits Earth, but we know it's not really that she really visited Earth. She was more in like a pocket dimension between like Hell and Earth in Nienna's subconscious, because she wasn't physically there. Because she doesn't relearn how to use the portal magic to go between worlds until later, where Fruit teaches her. Haruka and Fabi want to remove Nienna from the Earth, so they fight and defeat her. So that happens. I need to rephrase that, but at least mark that as a major event. So Haruka and Febe are both two entities that are close to like life and nature, and Nienna's is obviously the complete opposite of that and trying to actively like get rid of life and like slaughter it. So it was naturally that they went out of their way to go and try to get rid of her. So they couldn't kill her, but they fought her, defeated her, and she was such like weakened that they could seal her away and then curse her with like amnesia. But before Nyan was officially sealed away, she curses Fei and takes away her memories and powers. So for a long time, she doesn't go to her life as like the Sky Empress, but rather like a succubus. I think that was her original lore. She didn't have a video on that, so I don't know exactly what her lore was. So that there she stayed for 2,000 years, and Fei Bei obviously was cursed, and Haruka yeah, she was stuck in like what is Antarctica. So she couldn't really do it, and the only person that she really knew forgot who they were themselves, so that didn't really work out. So then around the 20th century, so like last century, and Yanis was freed from her encasement in Siberia because a meteor hit the earth, shattering the ice. So Gora was finally able to sense like the last bit of remaining energy that Yanis had, because there was no longer an ice barrier between her. And I assume that the ice is also enchanted, so it being forcefully broken from outside helped Goro find her. So as Nyen's memories and powers were very faded, because aside from the fact that she was already losing her memory actively, she hadn't gotten any sanity, which is her food basically, in 2,000 years, and she was actively sealed away in a weakened form. She was basically dead, for as far as a creature like that could be dead. And then Goro uses spare energy to revivify Nyanes, so they're both starved of their ancient magic, but they can handle themselves. But as they are less powerful, they also need less sanity to live on, so they like basically just go Vampire Diaries style and just drain a human here and there to survive. But the more sanity she consumes, the more her memory she regains. But at some point, she just stops consuming sanity as she grew bothered by it. Like, she was just like, why? So she goes watch anime. Like, literally, that's part of her lore. Like, she's like, I'm bored with sanity sucking. I'll just watch anime. And then she changes Goro from whatever blob it was to a ghost cat, because it was on one of those animes. I don't think there's like a time stamp on this, but the only things they said is that she was residing in Russia, and anime was just like coming out of Japan to other countries, and there were still on imported VHS tapes, and then anime became available everywhere and the internet was created. So this was before that, so this was like 80s, I assume. And they'd spent decades scouring the planet and feeding on sanity. So I don't know whether that decades, I don't remember from when I wrote this, whether those decades were before they stopped, or that was just also after. Because it seems like it was decades then, and then decades before it caught up to the present. Because VShojo was formed, and Yanis moved to America to join VShojo. Or at least, she moves to America and joins VShojo. I don't know if there's any causation. Like, she could have just moved to America anyway, and then joined VShojo. But with how Melody was talking in her video about how she recruited everyone for VShojo, which is the most intricate lore about the creation of VShojo we had. I'm losing my train of thought. It seems to me that Gunrun was specifically looking for people. Melody found out where those types of people were, and then like basically had them flown in. So I think it was together. So that was in 2020, and then like a year later is the Phil's concert, where a lot of things are happening around there that are not really time-stamped aside from that. So during the concert, Bobby arrives, and then actually after the concert is confirmation that Goro brainwashed Gunrun at some point. Which, I don't know whether that's canon anymore. That's why I graded out, I think. As Niennis' first video wasn't supposed to be part of like a series. So a lot of things were like rewritten over time. So like in that video, it was implied that Goro brainwashed Gunrun so Niennis could join VShojo as like a cover. But later in the series, it was hinted that Gunrun was looking for specific people and had Melody find them. So it was rather Gunrun asked them to join VShojo than them trying to con their way into VShojo. And at that point, like, Niennis almost gives in to her urges to suck someone's sanity after decades of not having done it to protect a female staff member. She was also like going crazy to begin with. Arimas notices, lets Niennis know that she knows exactly who she is and what she's done in the past, and she encourages Niennis to let that all behind her, as Earth is her home now, instead of a task to like get something else back here to destroy. Arimas leaves, and somehow that encounter like jostled Niennis' memories, and she could remember her full instructions. Like before, it was just like light the beacon, do this, whatever, and now she has her full instructions on what to do. Do I have those instructions on this page? That would actually be really cool. Travel beyond the edge to where seeds of life may yet remain the farthest edge of the expanse. Let's see. The seed of life was planted to the expanse and harvested since the beginning of chaos and despair. And despair must be witnessed by life, so that we may live. There are yet worlds which lie unharvested, so you must travel beyond the edge to where seeds of life may yet remain. The farthest edges of the expanse light the beacon of chaos, so that we may wake from our slumber once again. So this implies that there have been a lot of planets with seeds of life that were already harvested, and they already went to sleep, came back alive, came back awake. I don't even know how to call that. Harvested more, etc. And now we are at a point that they're kind of running out of seeds of life. So Haruka might be the last one at this point in time. So that's why Niennis was sent out as a scout. Like, yo, go look over there. We haven't been there yet. Go look over there and see if there are any seeds of life anymore. Okay, so that's good. That's why I make notes. Arimas returns to give Niennis a phone with her number in it, as she wants to hear about the cosmic stuff. So Arimas doesn't know that Niennis' full instructions were like returned to her at that point in time. It's like at some point after that, because it didn't seem to be raining at this point, and it had been raining for days. That's why it's not directly after the concert, but still somewhere after the concert. Feibe's curse was broken at some point. I don't know whether it was slowly fading or just like gone. But her powers are like to manipulate the weather. So because her curse was broken and she was regaining her powers, she just didn't know it, therefore also didn't know how to control them because she didn't know they existed. It started raining real badly. The earth was flooding. Basically kind of like the Noah's Ark type of deal. just without the arc and without the planning and without a god. So that didn't really help. And like a lot of people were dying, cities were destroyed, whatever. And she saw some physical changes, like her horns were peeling. I had to reveal like a scaly version underneath. Her tail was growing thicker. She didn't have her memory, but she was like slowly putting two and two together that she was the one causing the rain, or at least something to do with it. It's like, yeah, it's implied that the rain is because Fabia's powers are going out of control without her memories, because she doesn't know she has those powers and she cannot control them. Therefore, it's raining. The dying of the forest because the Fae broke her pact with Snuffy by claiming lives with the rain. So Snuffy is taking whatever she finds reasonable as her part. I misspelled reasonable. Put that in. So like, at some point in time, Fae and Snuffy made a pact together. That the realm of like death and decay and taking lives is Snuffy's part. And the Fae wouldn't touch it. I don't know the details, because I haven't been able to find those. But like, that's like what is implied as their deal. At some point in time, Fae obviously lost her memory, so she forgot about the pact to begin with. She forgot about Snuffy altogether. So this happened before they defeated Nyanis. There hasn't been much elaboration on that after it. But because her powers out of control and people dying because of that, she unintentionally broke that pact. So Snuffy is obviously mad at Fae, which makes total sense. And she still doesn't have her memories back, but everywhere she goes and she comes into Snuffy's territory, Snuffy's trying to like get rid of her. And she just doesn't understand. She had like a vision. It's like one of the days she woke up with like the rain, and then like the news story was like reporting on all the rain and like the deaths and whatever. And she woke up because she had a dream that she was like lying in a pond, and like clearing in the forest, and there were like purple butterflies. And then on one side of the forest, when she got out, was a wolf. And then the other was a butterfly, and revealed like a posture, not a posture, just a figure of someone, which was Snuffy, and the wolves were referring to Silverville. Silverville is also part of Fae's past. She just had forgotten about that either. And Silverville is like, in the end, the one that helps Fae remember. And that broke the rest of the curse. Yeah, she saw that same butterfly again, so she got off the bus and then found Snuffy again. She tells her that she is deaf, or like the goddess of decay. Snuffy disappears when Silverville shows up, like I said, implying that Snuffy doesn't want to be around her because life and death don't really go together. Silverville helps Fae unlock her memories, and Fae transforms in her Sky Empress serpent form. And then she stops the rain because she got her memories back. She knows how to do that. And that's where Fae and Silverville meet up at the cafeteria. And then Silverville tells Fae that she's part of VShojo, which Fae knows because she, even though she lost her memory, she still lived in the world. She got to make new memories. She got to live as a new person, you know? So she knew about VShojo, and that's where Fae joined VShojo. Like, she wasn't there at the lounge. So it seems that the order people joined in real life is carried over into VShojo Mythos. And that in Melody is also the Summer Apocalypse video. That she was like talking about who she recruited. And it was more like an overtime type of deal. So when did Febe join VShojo? Like obviously she's left now. Because that would make me able to like... Okay, VShojo highlights. Because I know there's like an introduction video. This is going to be so long ago. Oh, is it not on this channel? Did they remove it? I could have sworn there was one. Maybe it's on Febe's own channel? Febe hasn't posted that much. In highlights? It isn't over there. I just looked at it. Also, welcome in. I'd say Jesus, not Jesus. I could be stupid. Like this is VShojo introductions and has everyone except Febe. But these are all from... Okay, so these are the founding members, maybe. So that's why she isn't here. Go to the video log. But they post videos quite regularly. How far back does it go? Okay, so I've got a Febe video there. Another one there. Another one there. Another one here. What are these thumbnails? They're up. Oh, she's here already. Here's you. I could have sworn. I swear. Go up. I just... She's already part of it here. You passed them? No, because she had already videos with Febe here. So her introduction video is here, not here. And I know she had one on her channel. They're all in the same area? Okay. So they are for the founding members. Scroll too fast in the beginning. I'm just looking for an introduction video, which doesn't seem to be there. Because this is just her first ever video with her in it. This was July 2021, all the way up. No, I'm not looking for her lore video. I'm looking for Febe's introduction video. These are the lore videos. I don't need the lore videos. I need her introduction video of her joining VShojo because I need to know when she joined VShojo. That's the entire thing. That's like the thing. A few months now, I was there. There's none. There is the video doesn't exist anymore. I assume they took it down. Because I know it existed at some point, but it is not there anymore. Okay, you keep saying up. But there's delay. Like, here's a video of Febe, so obviously she joined VShojo here already. And her lore video is obviously not an indication, because that's when she got a new model and she already joined at that point. Maybe it's further down here? Model and announcement. Oh god. Is this her announcement that she is joining VShojo? Because I could have sworn that was like an envelope video. Oh, so this was her. Okay, so this was in April 2021. But when was this live streamed? I can just Google it. When did Vebe join VShojo? April 9th, 2021. Okay. Oh, she had been part of it for over 2 years. Okay, April 9th, 2021. That does check out, I think. Hold up. So that doesn't check out with these dates. So, okay, so this is one of the times that the lore doesn't check out. Because in here, it is assumed that she joins the shoujo after regaining her memories and becoming her serpent self again. And it happens after the Phil's concert. Which is about 8 months after she joined. This is like one of those cases that it doesn't track. Because IRL she joined when she was still a succubus. And then she became... Okay. No, that actually... Okay, that's good to know. I need to go use the restroom real quick. I am be right back. I'm sorry, I just need to use the restroom real quick. Hello, I'm back. So I when I was in the restroom, I was thinking, okay, if Faye-based thing doesn't check out, maybe it's good to, instead of trying to make a sense out of this mess, first add when everyone joined VShojo. So we have, like, we can use those as like dates, so we know what happens when and what point in time, because a lot of things are not dated. But aside from some clear discrepancies, like Febe in this example, there's something on my desk. It could help me actually date stuff. Okay, so VShojo was formed. So like, why can I not put that underneath? Okay, there we go. Founding members. Project Melody. Nyanis. Iron Mouse. Oh, we have the entire list somewhere here, right? VShojo introductions. So I assume these were all around the same time. March 18th. So when do I have this? So why do I have this date? Is this always in like March? Okay, wait, so that's just December. This was December. December 3rd. Oh, so they just founded VShojo and then started making these into, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. So, aside from Hime, everyone here, so it's Iron Mouse, Centrea, Dragon, important distinction. I have a playlist of a lot of that lore called VShojo Mythos. Yeah, I have all those videos. I've watched them all. I've reacted to them all. Unless it's not the actual VShojo Mythos series, but something else. Be sure to start it in November. If you can give me a little bit more context on what you're meaning, what that playlist is, because if you're talking about those animated lore videos, I've watched them all and I've reacted to them all, and I'm actually trying to like make a timeline out of them. But I need dates. That's like the point. Oh, fruit. And Silverville. Iron Mouse, Project Melody. Oh, of course. Nanners. Oh, Nanners I already had. That's all of them? Okay. Fruit and Silverville. With extra videos? What type of extra videos? Because if they have lore, I am interested in that. Does the bot work? Hello, bot. Do you work? Bot is not working, because why would the bot work? That's like such a silly little thing. Why would the bot work? to know why the bot will work. God damn it. Okay. Let me drop the link. Here's my Discord link. Feel free to like drop them somewhere. Okay, so these are all the founding members. And then we have Hime, which is March 18, 2021. So somewhere here, 2021, no, 318. Hime Hajime joined VShojo. There might be like a wiki page for this. This might be easier. VShojo members joining. Join date. This is a lot easier. Okay, so this is all of that. Okay, I might as well put their dates of leaving in here as well. Okay. 2023 04 26 Silver Phil and Veve leave VShojo. And then 2023 04 30 Yenners leaves. So I assume that them joining VShojo and them leaving VShojo are like canon events. Okay, and then we have Haruka Karibu, who joined December 3rd, 2022. Which I think happens after this, so that's also here. 2022 December 3rd. Haruka joins VShojo. And Hime joins on January 30th. Then why didn't you have a video until later? Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, okay, is it 01 30? FA base April 9th. Okay, so that's the only discrepancy. Okay, and then we have Nazuna and thingy. So I think this whole Nyanas arc so this is okay, so June 15, 2022. Armos goes missing. Okay, so that happens. Okay. So 20. So those are the debuts. Not when they joined. July 16th. Has it been a year already? Almost. What the fuck? I'll just keep their debuts. as the dates. So that's July 16. Miya Nazuna and Kei-son join VShojo. And obviously Ayamasu goes missing after that because she is in the video of Kei-son and Nazuna joining. This creates another issue. So where does... did I? I've not included... Okay, that's a good thing. I've not included... Ode to the Cyber Apocalypse just yet. Let me make that. Okay. So I need to add that as well. So Ode to the Cyber Apocalypse happens after Ayamasu goes missing. Ode to the Cyber Apocalypse. So the events of that happen here. Because Ayamasu is already missing. And that happens. And Ayamasu is also missing. In Yanis's video. Okay. You know what does make it harder? Is that for Kei-son's lore video, it does feel hard to date. As there isn't like really how much time passes, because everything that's shown, most of it can happen in the span of like a few months. Maybe I'll have to do some maths regarding her age, as the start of the video is... Like, the start of her flashback is when she was still in high school, I believe. Or middle school. I'd have to read up more of Kei-son's lore for that. Also, if you're watching right now, make sure to like this live stream. I'm sorry, I was very focused on not dropping the carton of iced tea. Make sure to like this live stream. Just go down, just press like. I heard that's really beneficial for not only this live stream being recommended, both now and after I end, but also for my live streams in general. Why is the music so loud, actually? I need to check my text to see if my mom needs me. I got a notification on my own live stream. That's not something that happens on Twitch. Can you have two instances of this open? Apparently not. Okay, well, let's just add some random tidbits. as much as we can. And then I'll go take a look at it at a later date so I can clean this up a little bit. So if VShojo was formed here, then that means that fruit, apricot, truffles arrives on Earth. Arrives on Earth / the overworld. Because technically hell is part of it. It's just different. I don't know. And she joins that. Okay. So at some point, Fruit teaches Aramos to make portals, which is important part. When does she do that? When does she do it? I've been trying to figure out how long ago, like, the fall of heaven was. And I feel like it might be actually Bible accurate. I don't know enough about the Bible, but okay. Bible. Creation of hell. When was Lucifer's rebellion against God? Okay. Got the war in heaven. They were cast out. Okay, so when was this? Is there like a date? So I know somewhere fake that the Bible says that the Earth is like 6,000 years old. Okay, when was Earth created according to the Bible? About 6,000 years ago. Okay. So 6,000. Oh, can I just copy this? Thousand years ago, so that's 4,000 BC. So like the thing is, there's a lot of stuff that's Bible accurate or like has parallels with the Bible. But the point is that there's no God in this universe. It's called the Creator, and they created like the angels. It's like heaven and hell were created by the Creator. Planet maybe too, but the life, I don't know whether that creator also created life and what then the role of the seed of life is. That might be one of the plot holes that we're dealing with. Did the creator create and life Or did Aurika do that? This is like a chicken and the egg kind of deal. Like, did heaven and hell exist before humans did? Or at least did heaven, I think heaven at least existed before humans did. However, I do think that hell might have like been created at another point in time. I know that there were demons before the angels fell. So like fallen angels are not the source of demons. Demons already existed. Fallen angels became just a different type of demons. But hell kind of needs humans? Or was it like a later thing? Like, I don't know my theology enough for that. Because later in the lore, we're dealing with that heaven and hell closed themselves off from Earth because all the humans were dead. So they had no longer any reason to be connected by that. So then it's like the question, when in time did heaven and hell start to depend on humans? When did the dependency like spawn into existence? Because that feels kind of important. God, that's like a thing. Like at some point in time, God, that's when I need to start like making those detailed notes in those videos, and I'll do that offline. Like, see if there are like crumbs on that. I also feel like we might need the new Iron Mouse lore video to answer that question, because it's called Underworld's End. And it's somewhat implied that we start to realize what's happening in hell, why hell was created, but also who the creator is, because we still don't know. And the first like hint that there was like something wrong with the creator, or like the creator was not what we thought it was, in Heavenfall. That's why they fell, because they took a look at the so-called creator, and they couldn't figure it out anymore. Like they took a look at the creator and they saw something which they couldn't comprehend, was erased from their memories, nobody was supposed to know, and then they got stripped of their angel powers. So I don't know whether it's that creature that took away their memories and powers, or it was otherwise stripped by like a binding vow that they made as angels. Like, you're an angel, but you cannot do this, otherwise you cease to be an angel. And then it's implied that there's something wrong with the creator. That the creator doesn't exist, that there's something else, that he has been dead for years, he never existed to begin with. That's like, oh God, when are we gonna get that? There was a reason why I wanted to do specifically 6,000 years ago. Something to do with fruit. The fruit already lived in hell before Armas came there. When was the first civilization? When was the first civilization? I should know this. I had this in school. Between 4000 and 3000 BCE. Okay. Block. Okay, when was the first city? It's the first city. Okay, so 7500 BCE. This looks a lot like what's in Genesis video. No, wait, in fact, that looks a lot like it. Jericho, the largest city. Uruk. That's not it. Mari. This looks awesome. What the fuck? Ur, the world's largest city. Yingzhou. Babylon. It could actually be Babylon. Present day. Ruins. Yeah, obviously it's in ruins. Everything is in ruins. I wonder if there's none... There are still people living there? Nah, wait. Sorry, we're going in history, man. Jericho, present day. Modern day Jericho is a popular tourist destination due to its pleasant climate, historical sites, and religious significance. Oh shit, there's still a city there. The walls are just gone. That's the wall? There's no way. There's no way that's part of the wall. How big were the walls of Jericho? Mm-hmm. 4 meters in high. That's not that big. What the fuck? Only 2 meters thick? And like 4 meters high. I'm sorry, but with how the Bible stories were told, it was made to seem like these things were like several stories tall. These are significantly taller than what you just said. What the fuck? Okay, well, irrelevant. We were looking at the biggest city. So, Uruk was similar. Okay, wait. Nana's lore video. Where did I show off the city? I know it was based off... This is not Nana's video. I know it was based on an actual city now. I thought they showed the city that you went to. Okay, imagine you're part of a civilization for like a few thousand years before Christ. And this thing is in the sky. Like you don't have the internet. You don't have like the fantasy stories we have today. Everything. You just see that and just like, yeah, the world's ending today. Okay, so where is this? So what my gut says is that this city and this city are the same. Like this thingy. What? God. I thought they showed more of the city at some point, but it's okay. So, to me, it feels like that this city and this city are the same. Like, this building looks similar to that. Like, only here it's overgrown because it's not kept up. I don't understand. That doesn't fully explain why there are mountains over here. However, that's something that could be ignored. The reason why I'm thinking that is because Nieners took over this city. And Febe and Haruka stopped her. So I assume it's like the general area where Febe originated from. And on this city... if I go a bit inside there... they have murals. Yeah, the visitor begins harvest, so I assume that this is Febe's home. If we zoom in, this is Nyan's original form. This is just in a wall painting. And this is about like heaven and hell. This is heaven locking down the doors after the fall of the angels. And then we have hell with Iron Mouse and Booby. So this is all carved into the walls. Like these are like celestial beings, like godlike figures that it was part of their like folklore and everything. So that does make me assume that Nyannes didn't kill everyone? Hold up. So that does mean that that city... Okay, so yeah, that actually makes sense that it's all the same place. Because Silverfield lives close to there as well. And that's where she meets Bebe. And she helps the locals. And these are just huts and tents. Okay, so there is a rocky landscape. So as that's in 2 different videos and more like greenery, makes me think that they went back on this design for the city and changed it up. Again, as this video does have stuff that's not canon. So there's discrepancies between this and something else, but there is strong evidence there. We can just safely assume that this video is wrong for the greater thing. Yeah, and then she saw that happen. Okay, so that's all in the same area. I hadn't even thought about that. Let me make a note of that. So Nyanis arrives on Earth, Armos becomes Queen of Hell. I feel like, yeah, Armos becoming Queen of Hell. Maybe it happened around the same time. Like, the order doesn't really matter that much right now. And, Silverfill arrives on Earth, I guess it's here. Silverfill arrives on Earth. And then somewhere before that, Bebe is born / created. I don't know what kind of thingy she is. Whether she's born or created or whatever. Okay, so as Nyanis was created to find seeds of life, I assume Azathoth was created. Seeds of life are created. Harka seed is sent to Earth. These are also things that happened. Okay. I'm gonna need to go through all the videos to make proper notes before I can continue with this. But I do feel like even though it doesn't feel like it, we did make progress. Like, as you can tell, there's already so much effort that went into this. And I didn't even, like, I was talking about the lore I had so far up until this point. I didn't even go to back where Centrea went back in time. So I do that real quickly, and then I think it's also time to end stream. But yeah, after all this happened, finally counted Ezzy stream. Hi Tanuki. I'm going to go over some more of the lore I have here ready, and then fill in a few more blanks, and then I'm gonna end. I think. How long have I been live? I cannot tell from this window. Oh, just over 2 hours. Okay, that's great. Okay. So we were talking about Fabi's curse and how she got back her memories. Oh yeah, and this, I feel like this is also misplaced. Nemesis is the abandoned old alien-like structure in the middle of a desert. Implies she picked up the Nekonyamicon there. Unclear where this is and where the structure is. Expressing she claims the chaos of this world is her own. Calls herself the dark messenger of 1,000 faces. So at first I was like, when I was rereading this, what it is was in the right place. But no, this is in the right place. Because this is where she got the Nekonyamicon, which is like basically a spell book, which she has at a later point in time. Like at the moment that Iron Mouse goes missing, she's talking with Nyanis. And Nyanis references that she turned herself into a worm using the Necronomicon. So that definitely happens before all this. But that does mean that she was already going corrupt before Centrea came to this timeline. This is where things get complicated, because at this point in time, we have stuff that takes place in the future. We don't know how much in the future. And basically, the human race is almost completely wiped out by malware. This music sounds like Mystical Ninja Go Mono OC, and I love it. Oh, it's this. It's sessions from Riot Games, and they have like 3 playlists around 3 of the champions. And it's basically 3 different playlists of music with different teams that you can just use safely as a creator. It's just really cool. But yeah, this is where it gets complicated, because in this in the future, malware takes over the world and almost completely wipes out the human race. And she basically at the point of doing like actually getting rid of the last little scraps of humans. So Centrea in the nick of time found a way to time travel, and her adoptive mom sent her back in time. Wait, that's actually, if you think about it, that's actually so wild. So Centrea only recently found out that she was adopted. But it was already like, in her lore, she was already adopted in a way. Because she was found in a scrapyard 30 years before the events of refactoring and refactoring time. I don't even have that correctly spelled. Okay, well, it's fine. And basically that couple took her in, like a couple of scientists. They took her in as their own kid. So she was also adopted in her lore, and she didn't even know that she was IRL. That's wild if you think about it. No lore changes needed after IRL happenings. So a lot of the lore that VShojo has is not based on anything IRL. Maybe their personality, but not on actual events. So the fact that there is an unintentional thing that they couldn't even have known at that point in time, that's actually really cool. But yeah, Centrea goes back in time, where her mom says, like, you have to go back in time, you have to prevent malware from... Like, you have to stop malware, you have to get rid of her before she even does whatever. And she sent him back to the day that malware first became sentient. As Bob Ross would say, it's a happy accident. Exactly. So Centrea goes back in time, fully believing that she goes back in time so she can save the world. But with time travel shenanigans, she just creates a new timeline where everything up until the point that she, like, joined that timeline happened the exact same way as in her timeline. But it starts to diverge because she joined. And she also merged together with herself in that timeline and took her place. And in the early in the stream, I was like wondering whether that merging was done retroactively. Whether like all the previous memories everyone had of her dragon form would be replaced to include her cyborg form. But there are already a few things pointing to not that being the case. And especially if you think about that when she first came to the timeline and wanted to kill Melody because she thought it was malware, because Melody had like long died in her timeline. Melody didn't recognize Centrea, aka even though she merged with herself, and that version was already friends with Melody, Melody did not recognize her. So I had to make acquaintance another way and explain things. So she merged only in spirit, so like she replaced the existing version of her. So that one just ceased to exist. I don't even know what like, she didn't really merge with it. She just replaced it, and the other version just stopped to exist. Well, that's fucked up if you think about it. People just lost their friend. Like, their friends just like, poof, gone. Okay, that's fucked up. But yeah, so this is where it's complicated. Because then we have the storyline continuing in that alternate future, but also at the same time happening in the new present. And when I mean it's happening at the same time, it's like from... Oh my god, is this gonna be a fate situation? Yeah. Yeah. It is. I wonder, can I find Raylis' timeline? I wonder if I still have it. I know that I do somewhere. I have it somewhere, but not here. Oh my god, where is it? Oh, it is it. It is here. I found it. So this is what the Raylis had, and this is still not including a lot of things. So I'm gonna try and see if I can make my own version of it. So it basically just has, okay, so alive since the universe creation. Okay, that makes sense. I do feel like that Febe might have come later, because we don't really know where she comes from, but the rest, yeah, that makes kind of sense. So these are just things happening at the same time, or roughly at the same time. And then other things happening. And this is where like things get super complicated. Because this is the main timeline, right? Like, everything up until here happened in this timeline as well. But this is like the timeline we're actively in. So we just count that as the main timeline, and this is like the timeline on the other side, even though this is a secondary timeline. Which is, like, that makes it even more confusing, because we see the timeline where Centrea is in as the main timeline, even though it's the secondary timeline. But we still consider everything that happened to be in that timeline, because it happened in both timelines. Like, everything up until here, that 18 plus sign here, you can basically copy paste it, and it also happened in that timeline. Like, there's no difference between both timelines up until this point. But the stupid thing is, because time travel seems to be also dimension travel, because the reason that eventually malware came to this timeline was because Iron Mouse with dimension traveling powers could, like, basically teleport her there. So it's implied that dimension traveling and time traveling are things intertwined together, or the fact that Centrea went back in time, created a new timeline. The point of her departure and arrival in both of the timelines are like synced up. It's like moving between both those timelines at the same point in time after Centrea starts time traveling. You can basically call it a point in time, like the birth of Jesus. I don't know. Can I draw this? I should draw this, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Photoshop again. Okay, create new, whatever. Wow, why is this happening? View. No, edit. Preferences. Why did I turn that on? Oh my god, no. How did I do that? Okay, so what if I open an existing file? What's this? Oh, it's something I made for my grandma. Okay, so that still doesn't fix anything. Oh, how did I do this? I was making some pixel art earlier today and I forgot how fuck. I learned how to do this to make it. Oh, god damn it. Okay, well, I'll go to full cam in the meantime. Hi. This is really annoying. Okay, do I have paint.net? Maybe that will save me today. Okay, it will. Okay, so. Why is this canvas shitty? Okay, that works. Okay, so we have. So let's do it in red. Timeline 1. So I don't know. Let's make it a bit smaller. Okay, so timeline 1. This is where malware takes over the world, and Centrea goes back in time. Like this is another timeline. No, I should do this better. They have timeline 1, and this is where malware takes over the world. And this is the, let's say this is present day. So Centrea goes back in time to present day. So everything up until that point happened the same as in the other timeline. But because she went back, it created a new version of the events that happened after present day. Homepage is on screen. You cannot see it? What? Oh my god, why is that a thing? I closed Photoshop. Okay, well. So, okay. Again. Homepage is in front. I don't understand. It wasn't in front of me. It wasn't even open. Okay, well. So we have this timeline. This is the timeline. I'll just get rid of it. I'll just redraw it. Is there a... Can I make it bigger? Okay, well. Brush. I just need something that's bigger, okay? Size. Okay, here we go. So this is timeline 1. And this is where malware took over. Malware. This is also the point that Centrea went back in time. So let's say this is present day. Let's say this is like when the Phil's concert happens. So like let's stress present day. So Centrea goes back in time to present day, but she makes a new timeline because that's how time travel works. So up until that point, everything is the same. This is all the same. It's just here where it starts to differ. I should make... Okay, wait. I need to visualize it better. What the fuck happened there? Why is it... That fuck? Okay. It just goes back in time. because she went back in time, this new part is happening differently. This is the first timeline. Malware takes over, and Traya goes back in time to the present. Everything is the same, but because she traveled back, everything is different from here on. But because of how things are happening, like, this is if you would put the timelines next to one another, like, oh, the present days are lined up. But because of how things are working out, can I select everything and move it up? Yeah. Like, but how things are happening is that we have... It's like, this is version 1. And this is how it actually is happening. So we have this timeline, malware's taking over, this is the present. But instead of it happening like this, where presents are like put together as like, oh, this is happening at the same time, so they're running parallel, it's more like that it's lined up like this. Like, this is all part of this is the same, like, you know, this is the same. But it's lined up like that because things happening in that future are happening at the same time as the new present, the new past for this. Because 1 and 2 happened, 3 is a definite timeline. Like, no, not really, because the thing is, everything here, this all happened. And this part is copy-pasted to timeline 2. So this is exactly the same. It's just that this part is happening differently in timeline 2 because Centrea went back. So she's an anomaly, and because she knows the future and is actively trying to change it, it's different. But if you would usually put together timelines, they would happen parallel to one another. So the present, like the year 2020, 2023 is lined up. So if you would move between dimensions, usually you'd think that if you like dimension travel, you would go like this. So you would stay in the same point in time, just a different reality. But because of how things are happening, she's traveling to the past. So everything before that moment in time she's traveling to is copy-pasted into that timeline, and then it diverges from the original. But as this is happening, it happens in the same time as this is happening. Even though this is the future compared to this timeline. Like, this is like 2023, and this might be 2021, 23. But compared to one another, they're happening in the same time. Because the timeline was created at this point in time, so just laid next to one another. So if in theory another person would travel ahead to like, now what, 22, 23. Then this happens at the same time as well. So anyone traveling between dimensions, like if you were in this point in time, you would travel dimensions, you would just end up here. But it seems that traveling dimensions can also make you end up there. Oh well, that's not confirmed. Like, it seems that Iron Mouse, Demon Queen Iron Mouse, can travel from the future to the past because that timeline is just lined up like that. That explains some Dutch's paradoxes. In a way, yeah, because of how they're handling it. Like, so, like right after malware finally eradicates the rest of the humans, she opens a gate to hell that has been locked for a long time. And then she and Iron Mouse, the future Demon Queen Iron Mouse, traveled to the other dimension. But it happens in the same time. Like, I think if after Centrea left, and it was like 5 days after she left in this dimension, it was also like 5 days since she arrived here. So that's why she's Demon Queen Iron Mouse can travel back in time while traveling dimensions, because the dimensions are just lined up like that. I genuinely don't think that Demon Queen Iron Mouse could realistically like go back in time herself. That also wouldn't work, because if she would go back in time, she would just create a third timeline. So that's okay. So that okay. Now I've drawn it out. That actually makes a lot more sense. I'm actually sitting in darkness right now. Can you tell? Or just create a paradox. So no, it wouldn't create a paradox. Because they have said that if you travel in time, you just create a new timeline. I just wonder what would happen. Like, the technology that Centrea had, she traveled back in time. I wonder if that same technology is also able to travel ahead in time. And what that would happen. Like, because something already happened, it's like written into the universe. Like, the universe is like a history book, and it's already... No, your face is lit up. Your computer must be very bright. Yeah, it is. But all I'm seeing is darkness, and I feel very weird because usually I have a light on. So like, okay, so when things already happened, it's basically like written into the universe as like a history book. So like what happened, it can just be the events of one timeline can just be copy pasted into another. However, when things haven't happened yet, what happens? Because then it depends on how time is seen. Like, if time is a flat circle, or like a circle in general, then the past, present, future are happening at the same time, meaning that there are infinite timelines being weirdly stacked into one another like here, but still new ones can be created. But the fact that ones can be created means that there are infinite timelines to begin with. There's also no confirmation that these are the only two timelines. No, there is actually confirmation that they aren't the only two timelines, because I think there are about 7 versions of Iron Mouse, and they all have their own timeline. Okay, wait, so... Can I save this? Okay, Ezzydesu, Iron Mouse, timeline, hopping, VShojo Mythos. So they could have gone to those 7 endpoints through different ventures, so there is still a possibility of infinite universe. Yeah. So, okay, so I need a new, okay. So what may be the case is that you have different universes happening like this. These are all different universes. Yeah, I'm annoyed that there's no green. And all of them can still be stacked into one another. This is the present. But if you... These are just different universes. But if you go and start muddling with time travel, you basically just make a copy of the existing timeline. That's just... Like, you make a make a copy of the existing timeline. Like you, god damn it, I hate paint. You make a copy of the existing timeline, but it's just weirdly stacked into it, so the time doesn't align anymore. Like Rowan and JoJo's being the same in all universes. Okay, yeah, that's... So maybe this is two things happening. Like, there are infinite universes, but you can create a different timeline of the same universe by just copying it. So, like, if this is... like, this is universe A, like... Universe A, B, C, D, E, F. But this is F1, and this is F2. So it's the same universe, it's a different timeline. And like what happens after someone time travels just diverges from the original version. But to travel ahead to the future, which is not done in this cinematic universe, this needs to be written already, meaning that the new timeline is also written already. Which is creating weird paradoxes because you created the timeline so it wasn't written already, but it was already written somewhere. Maybe the closest thing you can say is that time is just AI generated, but the AI is like some celestial being that transfers time, space, and reality. I'm getting a headache. I'm thinking way too deep into this. I'm actually I'm going to timeline universe theory VShojo Mythos. I think the drawing that I heard earlier, I think I might actually like make it like cleaner and send it to Mary and ask him. Because there is a chance that I'm thinking about it way more deeply than he ever did, and there's probably an easier explanation. Or he's gonna be like, I don't know either. God damn. Okay, we're brainstorming about multiverse theory, which I feel like is a good place to end this stream. This stream is gonna be a hell to timestamp. Oh god, I'm not looking forward to it. However, it's fine. It's worth it. Oh god. I don't have 1,000 followers yet, so I cannot raid into anything or anyone. Looks like you made a lot of progress. Maybe not in actual writing, but definitely in thinking about it. So I'm gonna spend some time offline to make notes on the videos I haven't made like extensive notes on and try to clean up some stuff. And then for a next stream, we can try and implement the notes I made on every video into the timeline that's already cleaned up. Because my biggest struggle is that I didn't have notes and the timeline is a mess. So I originally wanted to make an actual timeline. Like, oh, this happened... fuck's sake. This happened here, and then this happened here, and then this happened here, and then this happened here. Oh, and this happened to the side of that, but it's irrelevant. But, you know, just like with Rayless is... timeline looks like. This is what I tried, but I realized this is a simplified version of something that I already have a very complicated version of. I just need to clean it up. Because this is already basically a timeline. Because everything in here is in order, or at least as far in order as I possibly can make it. And just, if I want to publish it, I need to simplify it. So yeah, this is like the thing I just explained is also the reason why the future here is put right next to the present timeline too. So like if things happen at the same time as something happens in the present timeline too, it's next to each other. That's why there are gaps here. Like these gaps don't need to be here, but I need them to be here to make sure that like, oh, when Centrea meets Project Melody and Yanis in timeline 2, that happens before Malware destroys the last of humanity. Which is not entirely true, by the way. Because Centrea leaves and then Malware immediately destroys humanity, like actually like right away. And then Centrea goes ahead with the rest. Okay, so I actually need to fix that right now because otherwise I'm gonna forget. Oh god, this is so complicated. Okay, so no, then there is enough time progressing. Okay, well that's so complicated. Okay, I'll fix that later. Ah, so many words. There's so many words here. Like considering if we started trying to make sense of all the videos in the right timeline, the right order, and this is where I make my notes on the video. So like if we go to Ode to the Cyber Apocalypse, which is a lot of goddamn notes, I just have this entire piece of things happening. And all the green is director's commentary that Mary did. Which I also included. And not everything is relevant to the lore, but some pieces are. Or just other notes that I just wanted to add because it's funny. Like this is from a single video. Granted that video is 30 minutes long. Oh, and the characters and theories. I have not looked at these theories. So Gunrun is sus. Like, we have not figured out what the fuck Gunrun is up to. Multiverse of Mouses. Like, what's happening with the traveling powers. We kind of went into that. Malware. Like, why was she created? By who? And why did Malware travel back in time if humans weren't so great? Implied that she was bored. That was something that we learned later. Oh, this is something. Oh, this is my intro to the reaction. That's funny. This is all things I went over at the outro, which is just I just recorded voiceover and I just added After Effects, like those sound bars happening. I just added those over voiceover. Somehow that worked. I should do that more often, actually. Yeah, additional notes. Oh, this is from like last year. Mary says they plan to release all the videos again, maybe on the VShojo website, but they're definitely going to be a big book version. I think he says. The YouTube uploads aren't a finalized version. So they re-uploaded everything, but I haven't gone over everything, whether there are changes between the original uploads and the new uploads on the VShojo highlights channel. So I don't know. I have to see. I assume most of them have like fixed subtitles and everything. Yeah, these are all notes that I made last year when Ode to the Cyber Apocalypse just came out. So that's 8 months ago, something like that. So there's a lot of information, but this is already... No, this is not in the timeline, I think. Oh fuck, we have a lot to do. I thought we didn't have this, but we have it. That's something we can do next time. Oh god. Well, this has been 2 hours. It's so dark. Like, it's so dark that... Oh, I thought the light was doing weird in my lens. But it's not. It's just my rainbow flag being see-through and there's pink light behind it. It's fine. Yeah. This was fun. I hope to do a more coherent version of this stream and like continue this at some point in time. I just don't know when. Because I am going to treat this as a long-term project. Because I don't need it done right now. I rather take my time, because realistically, if I'm gonna make a video out of it, it's not gonna be after Underworld's End, because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of lore exploiting, some plot holes, some things we don't know yet, a bit of chicken and egg stuff, like what was there first, like humans or angels, heaven or hell, you know. But that video has been, oh my god, how long has it been since Aryamouse announced that video? Because I made a video on that. Let's see. Yeah, so it has been 5 months since Aryamouse dropped that first trailer of Underworld's End. And everything, like, obviously it wasn't finalized. But every piece of artwork seemed pretty finalized. Let's see. Like, this seems to be in the same quality already as all the other videos. Like, maybe there are some finishing touches that needed to happen. I don't know. And it's like, we already know that this character here is Saikuno, and not just a character voiced by Saikuno. This is actually Saikuno. So Saikuno is part of the VCU. And I was surprised. Like, I thought maybe they needed to wait until Saikuno debuted so he could debut his lore, but he didn't have lore. It just looked like that. And was part of Mouse's lore. Just like Corpse. So when he debuted and he didn't have lore, I was like, okay, so then why is it not released yet? And Mary had was talking about it being stuck in creative limbo in a way, because there were stuff that you couldn't do, and I assume it had to do with some voice acting, and it might partially be because of Corpse, because he kind of disappeared from the internet for a while. But it has been so long, and as far as I know, this was before the other girls left. So it could still be related. Because we don't know how long the other guys, like the other girls, knew that the others were leaving. But the only person I would realistically think would be in Mouse's video out of the 3 would be Nyanes. And I think that Nyanes would just do that for Mouse. Because there are people in like VShojo Mythos videos. I don't know whether it's with voice or without. But they are not part of VShojo to begin with. And they're just part of it. Like real short as like a cameo. And obviously things got complicated after the girls left. But it was already in limbo way before that. Because I released this when? Like January this year. So I released this in January, which is like a well 3 months before the other girls even left. And was already in creative limbo. But to see how much they already had, at some point I'm just thinking that this video is never gonna get released. But it seemed pretty much done. Or they just made a trailer with what they did have done. But the voice acting in it sounded like they pretty much had everything done aside from some editing, but everything was recorded, right? Also, when this teaser got released, I genuinely thought that might mean the release of like VShojo. With like Ethel, Saikuno, Corpse, and Booby. So they were obviously part of it. But considering Nyan has left, because she wants to be indie again, I don't think Ethel is gonna join anything anyway. Like, it already seemed far-fetched. And like, Corpse joining anything, he isn't even streaming, he's just making music. And Saikuno doesn't need to join anything. Like, it doesn't really make sense. They don't even stream that often together. So, everything basically fell apart. Wow. There was so much to think about. But I'm just annoyed, honestly. It's a chaotic mess. It is a chaotic mess. But it's all right. It's likely it's gonna take a while, so I might make like a supercut of all VShojo Mythos reactions I have, but put them in release order, as that's probably the best way to consume the videos anyway, and have like a master cut of like a couple hours long. That's gonna annoy me if Underworld's End does get released and it's the last VShojo Mythos video. So I'm kind of holding off on it, and I'm not really like pre-making it in case and then being done, because that's a lot of effort I can just put into editing videos that I can release. Oh well. I'm gonna head off and sleep. Or at least chill for a bit, because this is taking a lot of energy out of me. Also, I'm being that one dude who understands fuck you wiki timeline though is always very funny. Oh yeah, sorry that automod caught you. I don't know why I did that. It's YouTube being YouTube. It also seems that I am home alone again for like a couple of days later this week. So I hope I'll be able to do a few long streams. You'll hear from me. Those will be on Twitch. I don't know what I'll be doing, but those will be on Twitch. Yes. Good stuff. Also, none of you were here, but before I started stream, I saw that Mary was in this chat, and he just posted what? Like what without the T and nothing else. But he went to bed before I went live, so, and I was late, so maybe if I did indeed start in time, he might have joined for like a second, but I don't know. So maybe next time I'm doing the stream like this, I'll do it in the afternoon so you can actually see it. I don't know. For now, I'll see you guys next time. I'm sitting here. It's so dark here. It's literally so dark. The fact that you can even see me is impressive to me, because my monitors aren't even that bright. This camera is cool. Yeah. I'll see you later. I'll keep you posted all the way. Like, Twitch streams will mostly be guerrilla. Just unplanned, unannounced, whatever. Hi, Shadow Ezzy. Yeah, I'll just... I wonder how much you can see if I turn this off. Probably not a lot. Wait, you can still see a lot. What the fuck? That's weird. Yeah, this was exhausting, but a nice stream, and I am happy that I started. I'm gonna try and edit the video for like tomorrow, Wednesday release. Then the background lamps maybe? I don't care. I'm just going offline and I'll just be able to leave this room and I don't care about the light anymore. See you guys next stream.